Your reports look fine, but they're leading you in the wrong direction. If your product and vendor data is a little messy under the hood, every dashboard, KPI, and forecast you use gets distorted. What looks like precision is often just a polished illusion, and it quietly drains profit. Here is a simple example. A beauty brand sells the same hand cream in different scents. A team member copies a SKU, tweaks the name, and moves on. One record misses the size, another uses a different spelling. There is even an older duplicate that kept yesterday's cost. Tiny differences, easy to miss, but the impact is not tiny. Duplicate SKU split sales, so your true bestsellers do not get credit. Inconsistent names break report grouping, so demand looks lower or higher than it really is. Old costs inflate margins on paper, while real profit shrinks. Missing details, such as size, can confuse bundles and reorders. Minor errors, big consequences. When the same product lives under more than one SKU, your sales, reviews, and inventory signals split. It often happens when someone copies a SKU for a variant, a channel sync creates a duplicate, or a temporary SKU never gets retired. The system treats each record as different, even though it's the same item, so your data stops reflecting true demand. When sales are split between duplicates, your true winner vanishes from rankings. Reorder math reads 2 mid-performers instead of 1 bestseller, so purchasing under-orders and marketing underfunds. For example, 10,000 actual units become 6,000 and 4,000 in reports, neither of which looks number 1, so you reorder low and stock out. Look for near-identical records, split reviews, and bestsellers that mysteriously fall from top lists. Fix by merging and retiring duplicates, enforcing a single canonical SKU that all channels map to, and adding a duplicate check before any new product or variant goes live. When names or attributes differ even slightly, reports can't recognize items as the same. Variants don't roll up, so performance looks scattered. This starts with tiny inconsistencies, spelling, unit formats, or marketplace title rules, made worse when there's no enforced naming standard. Most pivots and dashboards group by text fields and attributes. If rose sometimes appears as rosé, or 60 milliliters with a space becomes 60 milliliters without space, tools treat them as different products. Instead of one strong bar, you'll see 3 smaller ones. Demand looks weaker, so you order less than you need. If the same product shows multiple times or filters miss obvious items, grouping is broken. Fix it by defining a strict naming standard, using controlled vocab for attributes, and enforcing those rules inside your ERP or inventory management system so new records are clean from day one. When a SKU retains an old lower cost or excludes freight, duties, and packaging, reported margins inflate. On paper, you look more profitable, but cash says otherwise. This often comes from duplicates, incomplete landed costs, or cost changes that never synced across systems. Inflated margin convinces teams to keep prices or run promos that shouldn't exist. In this example, a 30-cent understatement boosts margin about 4 points. At 10,000 units, that's $3,000 misreported just from one SKU. Multiply across a catalog and it distorts every decision. Watch for margin jumps without operational changes or different margins across systems. Fix with a standard landed cost model, a full cost audit to remove duplicates, and one authoritative cost source that downstream tools read from automatically. When size, pack, or scent fields are blank or inconsistent, demand and forecasts get warped. Copy and paste workflows, channel label differences, and missing validation let bad records slip through, so you end up comparing apples to oranges. Missing attributes cause the wrong mix to be purchased and packed. If hand cream rose lacks size, reports blur 30 milliliters and 60 milliliters. Purchasing orders the wrong ratio, the 60 milliliter sells out, and the 30 milliliter gathers dust, plus bundles grab the wrong component, driving returns. Look for wrong size sent returns, blank variant options, and forecasts that keep missing reality. Implement mandatory attributes at creation, strict unit standards, and validation rules to prevent a SKU from going live if critical fields are empty or mismatched. A 30-cent cost error may seem insignificant until you're selling thousands of units. That is thousands of dollars misreported. And while the report looks calm, you feel the chaos. Stockouts of fast movers, overstock of slow movers, and cash tied up where it shouldn't be. Imagine you have multiple SKU across various product lines that are affected by this issue. It snowballs into tens of thousands of cash drain each year, while the reports still look fine. When leadership trusts flawed reports, they make confident decisions in the wrong direction, cutting budgets in healthy areas, changing prices on the wrong products, pushing marketing toward underperformers, and reordering what shouldn't be reordered. That's how market share slips without a clear cause. Take a breath and ask yourself, do you still trust your numbers? When inventory data is messy, SKU duplication, inconsistent names, old costs, and missing attributes, your dashboards appear precise, yet they push you in the wrong direction. Bestsellers do not get credit, demand looks off, margins are overstated, and reorders are missed. If you leave it, the leak compounds, misreported cost of goods sold, rush freight, markdowns, returns. This is not a spreadsheet problem, it is a cash flow problem. Over the next 90 days, the cost of waiting compounds. A simple 30-cent understatement in cost of goods sold multiplied by 10,000 units becomes $3,000 misreported from a single SKU. Meanwhile, you pay for the mistake twice. Rush freight and emergency purchase orders burn cash and margins. And the wrong mix lands in your warehouse, so you mark down overstock while bestsellers stock out, eroding lifetime value and customer trust. If your gut and your reports disagree, believe your gut, then fix the source. Every month you wait, the leak compounds quietly. If your reports look fine but feel off, I can help. My Inventory Data Foundation Audit and Alignment Program walks through the exact steps to clean and align your inventory data, standardizing SKU, merging duplicates, normalizing costs and vendor details, and delivering a clean master list with an update checklist. Go to the link to see how it works.